But, folks, let's talk about the biggest news of today. I already made a video about this, and I want to talk a little bit more about DrLupo leaving Twitch for YouTube gaming. If you have missed it, the news is pretty big, or well, let's say the circumstances when this happened is really interesting, because he announced it yesterday, and he will start to stream on YouTube today. On the 31st of August will be his first stream on YouTube gaming. And as I said, it's not really like a lot of people looked at the whole thing with DrLupo and they were like, well, why DrLupo? He is not even like the biggest streamer of Twitch. Like, he is one of the smaller big time streamers, so to speak. Like when you have like a ranking, right? He is definitely in the top 5%, but he is not like the person who streams for tens of thousands of people or sometimes even hundreds of thousands of people, right? He is like in the lower end of the top 5%, who has like multiple hundreds or a few thousands here and there. And people are like, yeah, why would you do that? So the point is, this is not about numbers. Like, keep in mind, we are talking about YouTube here. YouTube doesn't have to purchase people for their numbers. That's what Mixer did back in the day. Mixer bought Shroud, Ninja, because Mixer believed, falsely, that they can just buy the communities and those people will bring in millions of people to the platform, which didn't happen, but that's a different topic. We're talking about YouTube, though. YouTube doesn't need more people. Again, it's YouTube, right? And that is exactly the reason why they bought DrLupo. Because DrLupo is not necessarily the biggest streamer, but he is one of the biggest influencers on Twitch. Like, if you mention Twitch, and you mention some of the most well-known streamers over there, I bet with you that the name DrLupo will show up. Because he is such an influential person. He is amazing for brands. Like, I have talked to a lot of brands over my years as a streamer, and whenever they talked about examples to look for or to work with, it's DrLupo. Like, he is just fantastic for brands. He's very clean. Yeah, he does swear sometimes, but he does it for the right reason. He's not swearing just for the cause of it, because he is genuinely upset when he does that. He's pointing out things which are not going right. But he never oversteps his boundaries. He never does something which could damage the brand. He always speaks highly of the products he is using. Like, he is the perfect influencer for a lot of brands. But he is also perfect for the platform he is on, because when he is on the platform, he speaks highly of the platform. He listens to the communities, big groups, marginalized groups, smaller content creators. He listens to everyone and takes their ideas into consideration when he builds his thoughts. And he puts those thoughts out there. He fights for those groups if he believes that what they're asking for is right. And that brings us to this right now with the Twitch hate rates. The Twitch hate rates are a huge problem. And DrLupo was already one of the people who spoke out against those hate rates, who's actively supporting people who are getting hit by this. Like, if you talk to one of the content creators who got hit by hate rates, a lot of them were naming DrLupo as the person who cared, who was checking in on people, who was trying to help people. Like, he was one of the very few top percenters on Twitch where people were like, this dude is the only one who cares. Like, he is such a positive force in that community that losing him, especially in this time for Twitch, where we have a day off of Twitch tomorrow, it is so bad for Twitch. Like, it is so tremendously bad. And keep in mind, actually, a day off on Twitch in combination with DrLupo leaving for YouTube gaming could actually have a ripple effect. Because there's something else which is going on right now, but a lot of people haven't noticed it yet because it's happened behind the scenes. And a few days ago, the official Twitch channel was raided by a hate raid multiple times when also advertisement was playing. And as you can imagine, when the brands found out about that, they were really pissed. Because that's the last thing a brand wants to be connected to. They don't want to be connected to racism or hate. And it doesn't matter if they believe in it or not. Like right now, we are living in a day and age where as a company, you don't want to be connected with that. Right? Like for a genuine brand, you don't want to be connected with that. So when basically brands are talking, when brands are showing off their products, and the hate rate is just happening in the chat at the same time, and Twitch even doesn't get it under control, that is so damaging. And even brands were reaching out to Twitch now and they were like, what you gonna do about it? Like, what's your plan? And keep in mind, we are not talking about like a few raids per day anymore. We are talking about hundreds to 1,000 channels a day are getting hate raided on Twitch because it's mostly done by bots now. It's not like physical people going around anymore and being just dicks. We are talking about thousands and thousands of bot accounts just rushing into a chat and just bam, like forcing the bullshit on the people. And even the tools Twitch has right now don't help anymore. They're what a lot of people like to point out how you could prevent this is just put the names into a bot and put the words into a bot, and then the bot takes care of it. Right? Because you have put in the names and the words you don't want anymore, and it will get filtered. Yeah, there was a really compelling example of somebody who took like 2 minutes he took one word, I think it was running or something like that, and then he was running it through a bot to get like different combination on that word. And he had, I think it was like, let me see if I find this. He had like 60 million word combinations or something like that. And he made that in 2 minutes. Like it's really bad. It's really bad. Let me see. Oh, the problem was, I don't think I find that anymore. That was a while ago. That was like a few days ago. Yeah, too much Twitter activity. But the tools which Twitch is giving you right now are insufficient. That's the reality. Because of people using those tools and they are still getting hate rated. And it still takes time away from the streamer. Like, it can completely kill the mood. And Twitch's reaction so far to all of this has been like, yeah, we hear you. We are working on a solution for this. By the end of the year, we might be able to give you more tools. And it's like, by the end of the year, Twitch, you should have had that ready yesterday. So that means this didn't take a high priority for you. Not at all. They didn't care. And they were just like, yeah, whatever. It's not our problem. And when you lose somebody like DrLupo to YouTube Gaming at this point in time, it just makes you look bad. Like, absolutely makes you look bad. And it's really, really annoying. It really is. So now he is moving to YouTube Gaming, which is great. But let me make something clear. YouTube Gaming is nice and all, and I think that YouTube Gaming is definitely better than Twitch is in what they have to offer. But that doesn't mean that YouTube Gaming is spotless, right? Like, YouTube Gaming has issues. A lot of issues, actually. And like, when just looking at their streaming platform right now, it is still the bare minimum in what YouTube live streaming is offering. And even there, we now have hate rates. And YouTube is even slower than it is Twitch. So all eyes are on YouTube now. And that's okay. I mean, they've just bought DrLupo, right? They have the right to have all eyes on them. And good morning, Sakura. But the reality is, YouTube have to get their shit together. Like, there has to be a major overhaul how you can find streamers on the platform, because right now, if you're not subscribed to a channel, the chance of you finding a streamer on YouTube is really tough. Like, if you have never cared for YouTube Gaming and for YouTube live streaming, let me show you this. Right? Let me show you this. So when you are on YouTube, if somebody should be live right now you are following, they will be on top of your homepage. So as I said, if you were following somebody, or well, you were subscribed to the person, right? They will probably pop up here. Or they should be, at least. It's interesting because apparently Royal Armories is live and they're not popping up here, which is kind of weird. But as you can see here, you also have like a small symbol that they are live and that they are streaming right now. Right? So, but now the question is, how do you find people? Well, you can click on gaming, and then there's a chance that you are actually finding your gamers, or you click on live, which I wouldn't recommend because live is mostly news shows, and that's about it, right? Like, this one is not really helpful. So most people would probably click on gaming, but even on gaming is like a weird mix between already streamed, normal videos uploaded, and then people who are streaming right now. So when you are going to top live games, you have those right here. And when you were clicking on Among Us, right, those are the people which are live right now. And it's also completely random, and you cannot really like switch it around. And then you also see some old videos. Like, finding new streamers for your language, for your content you want, is really, really bad on YouTube right now. which is kind of interesting because YouTube has an algorithm, right? YouTube has a freaking algorithm, and it should be much, much easier to find new content, to find new streamers. But right now, as I said, if you're not already subscribed to a content creator, finding a new streamer on the platform, it's tough. It's really tough. And you need far too many clicks. Like you are going on a homepage, have to click on gaming, have to click on see all, have to click on the game, have to click on live. And now you can start to search for the streamer, which this guy is not even streaming Among Us. This one is in Japanese. This one is in Russian, more Japanese. Like, where are my English streamers at? Are there no English streamers in this category? Like, what's going on here? Like, apparently there's an English streamer. Like, why is this English streamer not up here? It's certainly not because of the people who are watching, because as you can see, like the #1 stream, for whatever reason, has 89 people watching right now. Then we have one with 1.3K, with 198. So finding live streams on YouTube is ridiculously bad. Like, it is so bad. It's basically finding Nemo, but for live streams. Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that. Like, it's really bad. And good morning to you as well. And that is definitely one of the things, like, now that all the eyes are on YouTube, and probably a lot of live streamers are going to YouTube gaming, YouTube, get your shit together and fix the things I have been already complaining about since last year I have been streaming there. You haven't really done anything. Like, I kid you not, in the time I have been on YouTube gaming a year ago, they added one new feature. And oh boy, have they celebrated themselves for that feature. And that was clips. And you know what the funny part about YouTube clips is? I don't know if they changed it, but when they started the beta back in, I think, December last year, for like chosen streamers, you didn't really clip anything. What you actually did is you put 2 timestamps in the live stream, and then the video is just running from timestamp A to timestamp B. It wasn't like a dedicated clip or anything. It was literally just 2 timestamps in the video. Clip. And it's like, wait, what? That's not a clip function. It's literally timestamping. Like, so many things YouTube has is, like, I get it. YouTube gaming was born out of necessity. It was born at a time where they needed live streaming. So they started off with the most simple concept. They took the idea that you can record a YouTube video online, right? Like, you were not live streaming, you were basically recording your video, and you were sending that recording to a web page people can click on, and then basically watching it appearing on that web page. I know it's like some people will say, well, that's a technicality. In the end, it's the same thing what you do with live streaming. But it is very important to understand that technicality, because it changes how streaming works fundamentally on YouTube. The same goes with live streams, the chat, right? Like, you know the chat. which is happening on the side here. Let me show you that. Yeah, exactly. You know that chat, which is just happening on the side. So this got explained to me once by somebody who has been working with the API, with the YouTube chat and all that. And a lot of people have been wondering, why are there not all the bots on YouTube? Because the chat system on YouTube works completely different. Technically, what you are seeing here is not a chat. It's not like you have on Twitch, on Trovo or something like that, where you're entering a chat room and then you are talking to the people. What you are seeing here are live commentaries under the video, but they are not ending up under the video. And after some time, those comments will get deleted. So it looks like a chat, but the whole technicality behind it works completely different. It's literally a live commentary function or a commentary function under the video, where you normally put your videos, your comments. Right? You don't see any comments here right now because the comments are happening here. They basically just took the comment section and put it here. That's what chatting is on YouTube. And for a lot of bots out there, that's a problem. Because a lot of bots don't know how to work with that, because they are used to entering a chat room and then use it like a chat room. So when people have to bring their bots over, they have to do a lot of extra work. And this is why it takes so long to bring bots over. Again, YouTube live streaming was born out of a necessity, and I really hope now that DrLupo is over there, a lot of people at YouTube will realize that they probably have to do more for the platform, and they have to act fast. Especially if this should really be the beginning of tons of Twitch streamers coming over to YouTube, and maybe at some point even bringing the hate rates fully over to YouTube. I better hope YouTube is prepared. And I know people will say Mole, what you're saying here, man, that sounds like a personal vendetta against Twitch. No, not at all. I don't have a personal vendetta against Twitch. I want that Twitch is doing better. But the track record is not leaving a lot of room for me. And I will be honest, if I'm just thinking about the possibility that YouTube could be the #1 in live streaming and VODs, ooh, it sends down a shiver on my spine. I don't want YouTube to be the #1 in VODs and live streaming. That's not good. Hell no. I want that Twitch changes, that they actually take this serious. And the same goes for YouTube. The same goes for Trovo. I really hope for Trovo that Trovo actually will take this opportunity and try to get more people on the platform. Because a lot of streamers and viewers are right now willing to look around. Well, YouTube has made their move. They bought DrLupo. Trovo, they're not planning on buying anyone, and I don't think it would help if they would do that. But I would definitely see a little bit more engagement with this. Of course, I can probably see their problem, and I have a similar problem with that. I don't want to hijack the whole situation. I hate that. I already feel like I have said too much. I have said too much on Twitter. I've maybe said too much in some videos. Like I already feel like I have maybe pushed this too much. But this is also a chance for Trovo to be seen. And I already talked to some people. And some people are checking out Trovo. They want to stream on Trovo. So it's working, but you have to be very careful in what you are doing, because people want to have the change happen on Twitch, and they want to get attention on Twitch. They're not necessarily looking for another platform. They don't want to move. But they want that attention to be on the platform. So when you were moving in, you were like, hey, maybe you want to check out Trovo. It's like, that's not what the people have asked for, right? Like, sure, moving platforms might be an option, but right now people really want that Twitch changes, because they have streamed on the platform for so long that they want that change seeing happen in the first place. So yeah, we will see how this goes. We'll keep an eye out for that, and I definitely keep it posted. By the way, for everyone who has watched this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. If you ever want to catch us live, you can do so from Monday to Friday, starting at 9 a.m. ET on trovo.live/chaosmode. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.